Dear friends, it is indeed a privilege to share with you a little more about the upcoming workshop from the 3rd to the 5th of June on emotional intelligence and neuroscience of leadership. This workshop, which is being held at Mumbai, is an extensive process of certification on the subject and on the EI assessment, emotional intelligence assessment tool called Skills for Career and Life Effectiveness scale, co-branded certificate of certification from EI Learning Systems USA and ASCC would be made available to you. This would give you the rights to procure the tool scale and administer it to people, understand their strengths, understand their areas of opportunities, and coach them to help them become emotionally more effective. This workshop would help you to learn on the biological and neurological basis of how do you become aware of your emotions. How do you actually indulge in intentional behavior rather than impulsive behavior? It would help you to understand how to inhibit your negative, disruptive emotions so that you remain effective and you can think rather than react. The emotional brain and the thinking brain, the cognitive and the emotional brain, work in a manner which is inverse to each other's functioning. That is, when the emotional brain is in action, it is difficult for the cognitive brain to act and think. Now, vice versa also happens. And that is why you will learn how to manage your emotions by managing your emotions by neurological basis and biological basis so that your cognitive or your thinking ability remains intact in stressful situations. You'll also learn how to empathize with others, how to lead others by understanding them, their perspective. How do you create harmony? How do you create friendships with the ability to feel the feeling of other people and understand the feeling of other people, the context behind that feeling of other people. So this is something that is going to be very special. We'll use all scientific methods, scientific scales to assess you on these various facets. You learn about mindfulness. How do you manage your emotions? How do you manage your stress, both at the workplace and at home? How do you remain focused? And also, nonetheless, or not in any terms less than the other facets, is the ability to build relationships. How do you build relationships? At the workplace, at home, in the neighborhood. How do you become a person who people look up to? How do you coach people? The basics of coaching. How do you influence people? How to collaborate with people? How do you manage to have long-term relationships, friendships with people? These are some of the things that you'd learn in this workshop. It's going to help you in your workplace because we know from a ton of research that 85% of your competencies that matter at the leadership level are not related to your IQ or technical skills. They're related to how you handle yourself and handle other people, your emotional intelligence competencies. So this is going to be useful to you. Please join us. I'll give you my email, the details of the email, and you can write to me to get a copy of the brochure. Look forward to seeing you. Thank you so much.